please just stop? Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst parody movies.
It's okay, man. It's okay,
Bobby,
buddy.
you better not be recording.
It's Bobby?
Oh, yeah, I got the whole thing, man.
Don't do
Good
this
shot.
shit in my house. It's okay. Okay. All right. I understand.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the ghastly, lamest, and most unfunny parody movies to ever grace our screens. These are the movies that attempted to make fun of other movies and crack jokes at their expense, but ended up being irredeemable pieces of unfunny trash.
Hey, little girl, what's your name? What'd she say?
She said, I wonder what your leg tastes like.
What? Ah, man, this little spider girl bit me.
Number 10, 50 Shades of Black.
Can I show you some love? Come on.
Regardless of your opinion on them, the 50 Shades series has been a bit of a laughingstock in recent years. Did we really need a parody of a movie that no one took seriously in the first place? With 50 Shades of Black, Marlon Wayans attempts to recapture his glory days of Scary Movie. But Scary Movie this is not. We suppose the message of female empowerment was well-intentioned, but the movie is nevertheless filled with gags that miss far more than they hit, complete with the typical serving of lame, racist, gross-out, and sex jokes.
And for May, of course, we have Peking duck from the Mandarin province of China.
I'm Korean.
Don't refresh me.
Number 9, Leonard Part 6.
Go easy, Monroe.
It's not like anybody's running to consume any media that involves Bill Cosby these days, but even against his current reputation, this movie is terrible. Leonard Part 6 is a spy parody from the mind of Cosby himself, who produced, conceptualized, and starred in the movie. It was an absolute travesty, and Bill Cosby himself even told his fans to ignore it, as he had zero faith in the finished product. The director, Paul Weiland, would also disown the movie, calling it, quote, a mistake that was bred from Bill Cosby's power and Weiland's inability to argue his creative decisions. Cosby's warnings turned out to be successful, as the movie was a massive bomb that quickly and rightfully faded into obscurity.
The whole movie is a mess, and even though Cosby has disowned it, he cannot escape all the blame. I don't think so.
Number 8, Breaking Wind.
God, I knew I should have taken those stupid shrimp tacos from that Guadalajara street vendor last night.
Before we get into the heart of our criticism, let's just sit for a second and ponder the existence of a movie titled Breaking Wind. Yeah, you can just tell this one wasn't going to be very good.
Oh, my bad.
Breaking Wind serves as a Twilight parody, and surprisingly, the cast isn't too bad. The woman who played Amy on The Walking Dead is here, as is everyone's favorite badass, Danny Trejo. But aside from the casting, there are no redeemable qualities to this movie. It isn't just lame and unfunny, it's mean-spirited. It directly makes fun of real Twilight fans and constantly cracks jokes at the idea of gay marriage. It's a mess from every angle.
It's really gay.
Number 7, Scary Movie 5.
Look at that form, that technique.
The first Scary Movie was not half bad, and then they just kept coming. And coming, and coming. 13 years after the original, Dimension Films released the 5th installment in the series, and it was more terrible than we could have imagined.
So hungry.
Is that all?
Pierre has a weight limit.
Series veterans Anna Faris and Regina Hall sat this one out, and their presences are sadly missed. No one in the movie is particularly funny, and even the gags, which spoof movies like Inception, Black Swan, and Mama, were stale and out of date. It seems as if 13 years worth of the same tired jokes has robbed them of their funniness. Number 6, Vampires Suck.
Oh, I'm a vampire. Duh.
That was my next guess.
The best we can say about Vampires Suck is that Jen Prosk does a damn good Kristen Stewart. Vampires Suck is also a spoof of Twilight, and it's just as bad, if not worse, than Breaking Wind. This movie contained nothing but empty jokes that consisted of your typical head bonks and groin hits.
Oh my God, there is Edward, we love you, you're the best. No, Jacob's the best.
People bending over in pain after being hit in the crotch may have been funny like 5,000 years ago, but we expect a little more from our humor today.
Mace will only temporarily stop your attacker. You have to hit a man where he breathes, Becca.
Despite being completely panned by critics, the movie ended up grossing $80 million at the box office, proving that there is, in fact, an audience for these movies.
Edward Sullen. He's a complete hottie.
Number 5. Date movie.
Idiot. Hell no, I won't marry you. Gosh.
In the mid-2000s, theaters were plagued with these movies, and every single one of them was a laugh-free travesty. Date movie may not be as bad as some of the others, but don't confuse that with it being good.
Time to pimp out. Let's go.
Date movie has a good cast that includes Allison Hannigan and Fred Willard, but their talents are completely wasted on a script that believes constant toilet humor and fat suits are funny. Date movie is nothing but a pop culture reference machine, and an unfunny one at that. Number 4. Meet the Spartans.
We are the Spartans! We stop the yard!
Meet the Spartans may not have the word movie in its title, but it comes from the same directing team of Jason Friedberg and Aaron Seltzer, and it is just as bad as the rest of them. As you can imagine, Meet the Spartans is mostly a lampoon of Zack Snyder's 300, and it comes with all the predictable gay jokes, out-of-date pop culture references, and silly body humor that you can imagine.
I'm assembling an army of 300 to go to war with Persia. I'm going to take them in the rear.
Like Date Night, Meet the Spartans also contained less jokes and more random pop culture references, as if us recognizing the reference is supposed to be funny. We don't think they know how comedy works. Number 3. Epic movie. Epic movie is Friedberg and Seltzer's attempt at lampooning various blockbuster movies like The Chronicles of Narnia and X-Men. You know exactly what you're getting into simply by reading the tagline, which proudly states, "We know it's big. We measured." The rest of the movie follows suit, as it's filled with childish humor that only a 12-year-old boy might find funny. We say might because even that's a stretch. Epic Movie was an earlier entry in the movie series, but its box office gross of $86 million ensured there would be plenty more in the years to follow. Hooray. Number 2. The Starving Games.
So happy Starving Games, and may the odds be never in your favor.
For The Starving Games, Friedberg and Seltzer attempted to tackle, you guessed it, the Hunger Games. Like their previous works, this is a movie filled with completely random pop culture references, comic violence, and horrible attempts at satire. However, unlike their previous works, there is no star power to speak of here.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Damn it, I don't have a catchphrase.
Whereas before they snagged Fred Willard, Allison Hannigan, and Cal Penn, there is no one in The Starving Games who can even attempt to draw your attention away from the horrible jokes on screen. But then again, there is absolutely no saving this juvenile, crass, and stale excuse for a movie.
I'm in the cake.
Oh.
Number 1. Disaster movie.
You want some? Well, here you go.
Okay, we think you get it by now. Friedberg's Seltzer movies are bad, and they are full of horrible jokes that would struggle to make even an immature kid laugh. But Disaster Movie is something else. As you can imagine, the movie is a riff on various disaster movies. But unlike good parodies, it has nothing to say about the genre it lampoons.
Look at me! Look at this! It's a lobster claw!
It was deemed the team's worst movie yet, and unlike their previous works, it performed poorly at the box office, proving that even the duo's most devout fans had finally had enough of their random, offensive, and childish sense of humor.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.